Right now, firefighters are battling devastating wildfires in Spokane, Washington. State officials there saying flames have already destroyed some 700 buildings and are threatening around 10,000 more. Tens of thousands of people have been forced from their homes.
Fox's Chelsea Torres is live in one of the hardest hit areas right now in a neighborhood northwest of Spokane. So Chelsea, what have you been seeing since your time there?
Sure. Hi, Randy, Kelsey. I mean, this is what the neighborhood typically looks like, right? What you see behind me. We're kind of right on that edge now of where the wildfires actually came, where on Friday, tens of thousands of people were evacuated from this area. And now you can start seeing, as soon as you look a little over across the street, how much damage from this fire, and it really caused a lot of these homes. Most of these homes now have been complete and flattened, and I'll show you some of these homes around here, which, mind you, this street has been completely closed off to anybody trying to come through. But you'll see here, all that's really left of the structures kind of high above is these fireplaces, the brick fireplaces that are still standing tall, but still charred at the very top. Most of these buildings, though, I mean, pretty much incinerated and flattened. A lot of these trash cans, appliances have been crushed, melted. Gas lines have been popped, water lines have been popped, and you see just smokes, bellows of smoke throughout the air. You will hear the water sprinkling out, and this is kind of what you see for blocks. And it's most of this, actually this half of the neighborhood, this is what every single home looks like. I was talking to one neighbor earlier, and his home is right on that cusp of where his neighbors lost their homes, and he was able to have his home completely spared. But he said that he had came back after being evacuated on Friday, and he said it looked like a war zone, and he is prior military. He said, this is exactly what I saw when I was in Iraq and Iran. This kind of destruction, just everything completely gone, completely torched from these fires. Mind you, this is not the end of it. There's still fires that are looming and threatening more than 10,000 homes. And just a couple miles away from here, I met some other homeowners that were grouped together because they were trying to get back to their homes after being evacuated last night. And police were blocking off the road, just like you see this road right here blocked off as well by traffic control. And they were saying that they were not letting anybody through because of the threat of the fires. And so a lot of the homeowners were telling me they're just trying to wait it out and see if that threat level would lower. But again, this is exactly what a lot of homes are looking like out here. In some areas of this part of the neighborhood, you'll see some of that retardant that's been sprayed over a lot of the homes and cars, and it just looks like this red ash everywhere. But a lot of homeowners say they're just in limbo, waiting to see what is next and what they can do. Again, one of the neighbors that I talked to, he said he's just trying to help any of his neighbors that he can. He even offered for a lot of his neighbors to stay with him because right now all they're doing is trying to figure out what they need to do about claims. We've seen a few homeowners come back here taking pictures to send to their insurance companies. They did not want to be interviewed or be on camera. So again, we respect those wishes of what these homeowners are going through, because as you can imagine, this is their livelihoods. And you know, this is not just homes, but also businesses. We've also seen complexes that have been completely burned. We had heard of a baseball field that also had been burned. So you can imagine now people's lives have been completely changed. Randy, Kelsey.
So many lives just on that street alone, and just a stark reminder of how quickly those fires can move. All right, Chelsea Torres, thank you, live in Spokane tonight.
All right, closer to home here, we had one beautiful day here. Another